I made Pong and here it is. I think it turned out okay. Still some minor issues, but I consider this finished now. This is the second one of a total of 9 games that I plan on making leading up to New Year. The previous one was Flappy Bird and now I did Pong. So I'll be doing one game per week for the rest of November and December 2021. So making these games is part of my plan to become a game developer by virtue of actually publishing a game on Steam in a year's time from now. If you want to follow me and watch these videos, consider clicking the subscribe button. So I'm gonna make one game per week and then publish at least one video every week, maybe more. But there will be at least one video showing up the games that I make. I will also put these on my GitHub page if that's of interest, so check that out. There is a link in the description. Bear in mind though that I am learning, so I'm sure these things are most certainly not examples of best practice, but they are there if you want to check them out. As I said, I'll be making one game per week for the rest of 2021, and right now I'm just trying to find my workflow rhythm, kind of. I started Pong on Sunday, I think it was, and then I finished it yesterday on Thursday. That's 5 days. I'm setting myself a time frame of 7 days per game, but I also want to do these videos, so it's just kind of nice to have time to do that. So I think 5 days making the games are good for now, so I'm aiming for that. Also, to be able to start a new project in the weekend, that's good. I am on starting a new project on Saturday or Sunday and then finish it before the weekend. So then the videos will probably come out just before the weekend or maybe early in the weekend like Saturday. I just need to find myself a good workflow here, so I'm a little tentative. So yeah, Pong, this turned out to be a little bit more complex than Flappy Bird, even more so than I thought, and that's a good thing. More things to code, more things to learn. I think it turned out good. I think it's a fun little game. There's the player movement in which you can choose between some options. You can choose to play against the computer or 2-player. You can use keyboard or gamepad. And also there are a few difficulty levels with the CPU player, mainly choosing the movement speed. So some things I learned. First of all, I think making these first 2 games have given me more of a feel using the Godot engine. I wouldn't say that I think it's hard really to use Godot. I think it's actually quite okay. Maybe having a little background in coding helps, and reading the docs helps a lot, I think. So that's one thing. I think I said in one of the first videos that I need to read the docs more, and I've kept on consulting the docs in this project. I think the docs are quite good, so I find them generally helpful. And also I watched some YouTube tutorial stuff, and I've gone back to the Udemy course that I started off my Godot journey with. One of the things that got me a bit confused at first was some collision issues, but that was tied up to how I coded things. The issue was that I connected the bounce of the ball to the collision area of the paddles, so when the paddle hit the boundaries above and below the screen, the ball bounced back. So I solved this by using different collision layers, which was okay. That solved it for me. I think some of the things that I do and the way I do it are still a bit hacky and slapdash, but that's just gotta be for now. I'm trying to get things done, and sometimes things are not optimal. I know this, but at this point it's just the way that it's gonna have to be for the sake of quick development. And I'm sure there are better ways to bounce things than the way that I did it. One thing I worked on was getting the menu to look alright. To be sure, this is not the most intricate menu system, not at all. But I got it to look more pretty than the menus that I had in Flappy Bird. And also I used the theme editor to get nicer fonts and stuff. It's still very simple, but I think it looks alright and it gets the job done. Sound-wise, I used a few simple sounds, and that for sure livens things up a lot. I didn't use music, but I added sounds when the ball hit the paddles or boundaries and when the ball go past the paddles and so on. And then I added clicking sounds to the menu, and that's good. And also for the paddle, I coded a randomized player so that it plays a random version of the sound when the ball hits the paddle. I think that's a nice touch. Some issues that I got, which I didn't solve really, was concerning using more than one gamepad. I don't know if this is connected to me using one DualShock 3 gamepad and one DS4 at the same time. So I don't know, there were some issues and I just decided to forget about it, so I didn't really solve that. Also, I played around with some lighting effects, which turned out alright. So this is more like a hint of lighting. It's not a central feature, just a little touch, very subtle. I just wanted to use lighting and to learn how to use it. Well, so to conclude, I think Pong turned out fine. This was done in something like 5 days, and I think that's all right. Like I said, workflow wise, because I want to do these videos as well, it's good if I manage to finish stuff up before the weekend. Then I got some time during the weekend to do a video or maybe two, and also to start the next project during the weekend when I have more time. So if you got some comments, please let me know. I am learning both how to make games in Godot and also really how to create content on YouTube. So feedback is welcome. I plan on releasing another video very soon in which I will talk a little bit more about my plan leading up to Christmas 2022, which will be the release date for my game. I haven't really even decided on what that game will be, but I do have a plan which I will follow. So next video will be me outlining my short-term and my long-term plan. And also I will say a little bit more about my next project, which will probably be a side-scrolling space shooter like Gradius. So alright, take care and stay safe, and I will see you in the next video, which will be coming up very soon.